Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome today to How Good is Starlord? Today we're going to be having a look at this absolutely amazing champion in Marvel Contest of Champions and talking about what really makes the champion so great. So Starlord, just to kind of preface this, unduped, so when you've only got one copy of him, he's kind of just an average champion, maybe a bit above average, you know, he's fairly decent, but when you dupe him or awaken his signature ability, he becomes absolutely insane and is a very popular weapon of choice amongst the very high tier and skilled players. Before we get into what makes him so amazing when he's awakened, let's go back to kind of the basic champion and the abilities that he has. So to start off, Starlord on his attacks has a 10% chance to grant him Fury, increasing his attack by 45% for 5 seconds. This is an amazing bonus to the champion, very straightforward. His special attack 1, which to be honest is rarely used. You're 95% of the time with Starlord, you're going to be using special attack 3. Special attack 1 deals 20% bonus damage when striking a charging enemy. Woo. Very exciting. Now his special attacks 2 and 3 have a very interesting component to them. So he fires his element gun, which selects one of 4 elements at random. Now, going over all these elements, so he has fire, which grants an armor break to the opponent, reducing the armor by 32%. He has a potential of doing air, which shocks the opponent, dealing a small damage over time for 6 seconds. So that's 145% of your attack, ignoring physical resistance and but not armor or energy resistance. Kind of the two that you want to see proc in Arena are Water and Earth. So Water drains up to 45% of the opponent's maximum power, and Earth places a healing block on the opponent, stopping all healing effects for 10 seconds. So you're going to get, every time you use a level 2 or 3, you're going to get one of these effects at complete random. One of the changes that I'd really like to see made to Starlord in the future, I don't know if this will ever happen because the champion as it is already quite powerful, but I'd like a way to actually control which, element you set your gun to, whether this is kind of dashing back and then holding block and then kind of cycling around, or maybe doing something like Doctor Strange does where he kind of alternates in his stances. I feel like that would add, a bit more skill and fun to the champion, and is something that I would like to maybe see in the future. I feel like that is possible with the technology and updates to the game. So as it is, Starlord is quite a simple champion. All you really have is Fury on him, and then his passives, which give you one of 4 random effects when using your special 2 or 3. Again, 95% of the time you do want to be using the special 2 because it is just insanely awesome. Synergy bonuses, nothing really special. Synergizes pretty well with the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy, but then again, their synergy bonus set isn't great at all. It's just kind of like additional armor and perfect block chance. Perfect block chance is pretty useless. It's block proficiency that you want to look out for, just as to keep that in mind. But yeah, kind of he looks cool in a team with them, but apart from that, nothing special on the synergy bonuses. Now let's really go on to what makes Starlord such an awesome champion, which is his signature ability. So this is a little bit confusing to read and understand, but basically for every 10 hits that you do, your damage is going to be increased by up to 50%, and this number of course depends on your signature ability level. So kind of when you've just duped a Starlord, it starts off at like 10% and then somehow works up to 50% as you get him higher. Once you're about like level 30 or 40 odd, it's 40%, and then it's a very slow climb to 50% up from there, but I managed to get mine to level 99 because it's awesome. So for every 10 hits, you're going to be dealing, basically adding a plus 50% damage multiplier onto your damage, which is absolutely amazing and can spiral out of control incredibly quickly, especially when you're talking about stuff like Realm of Legends, where people are getting kind of 600, 700 hit combos. I, however, am not one of those players. I think the highest combo I've ever done is about 200, 300. It's probably about 300 actually. So yeah, I'm not super amazing at doing these high combos, just because when I start seeing like the number 200 and something, I'm like, whoa, that's a really high number, and then I get really panicky. I'm like, I'm going to lose this combo, and just keep on telling myself in the head. So yeah, a lot of people that are better than me can do insanely high combos, which mean that this champion's damage goes through the roof. It goes absolutely crazy. And kind of one of the strategies for defeating Wolverine in Realm of Legends, which is a champion that heals insane amounts, is to literally get your tactician high enough, get the combo streak high enough, so that you pretty much one-shot Wolverine, or get him down, you know, within like 10-15 hits, so he doesn't have a chance to heal. So yeah, that's that is what essentially makes the champion so great, is that every 10 combo hits, your damage goes up and up and up and up, which makes him just amazing for, again, very high skilled players who can maintain those combos. So another point about his signature ability is that for every 10 hits that Starlord takes, his block proficiency is increased by 20%. Now, again, like, this isn't going to help you much when you're fighting with a Starlord, but it might help you or be something to bear in mind when you're fighting against one that is duped, of course. It increases the block proficiency of that Starlord by up to 20%. So this basically means after you have done a 20-hit combo on a Starlord that is duped and awakened, it is going to have a perfect block. So yeah, just something to keep in mind, that if you are hammering on a blocking Starlord and you've already done more than 20 hits, it's probably going to deal nothing. So yeah, just a bit of a pro tip there. That is it for how good is Starlord. It turns out he's pretty good if you can maintain a high combo streak and are a skilled player. Even if you aren't currently a skilled player, he is absolutely fantastic to practice with against the Realm of Legends Winter Soldier. So I definitely suggest, if you're looking to improve your Starlord game, just keep on like hammering away at Winter Soldier. It does take a while to kind of build up these 100 to 200 combo hits, but kind of the best way and motivation that I'm going to give you if you want to get better is just kind of see it as like this arcade high score. That's kind of what I did to improve my Starlord game. Like, oh, you know, I've hit 60 hits in a row, this is my new high score, I'm gonna, you know, queue again and try and beat that. So, you know, as soon as you're being knocked down, just keep on pushing to try and get the combo higher and higher, and eventually you're going to be at that level where you can, you know, easily get 100 to 200 combo hits with a Starlord. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed this little bit of an insight into how Starlord works. If you do have any requests for any How Good Is videos, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, I would love if you subscribe to the channel. There's going to be tons of awesome new Marvel Contest of Champions content coming out in the next couple of months. So stay tuned, guys, and have an absolutely fantastic day.